I'm JR.
And I'm Stacey.
And this is Sparrows Under Review. At this time, right now, we have King Germ from Pod Saving My Marriage on our little bit we're doing with him for a quick little ad that we're going to throw in our show for him. So, King Germ, please tell us real quick about your new show.
Thank you, JR, for calling me. Well, as far as my new show, it's kind of the same as the old show. If you're not familiar with the old show, we was previously known as the Procast, but we did some rebranding, and now we're showing people how Pod saved our marriage. It's basically, think of all your TV couples. That's what you have with me and my wife. We don't always agree. We disagree most of the time, but that's where the magic comes from. You can catch us every Friday on all DSPs. And hopefully you will come and listen and get entertained by us, and so we can show y'all how we are saving our marriage with podcasting.
We're going to change things up. We're going to go music today.
Music. If I had auto-tunes and could afford it, I'd make that T-Pain sound for y'all.
Trust me, the music we heard was 100 times better than that. So we decided, actually I don't even know if it was a we. I think you saw it somewhere and sent it to me because you have known my obsession with this person for a while.
Yes.
Of course, everybody knows it has stemmed from TikTok.
Always.
And I don't know who it was. It was either Kingery or this dude named Michael.
Okay.
On TikTok.
Are they still on TikTok?
They are. They have big followings.
What kind of name is Kingery though?
That's his last name, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't ask.
I just thought it might have been a stripper name or something, you know.
I mean, he could be a stripper. He's a gray sweatpants dude.
Oh yeah, so he probably is.
Yeah, I don't remember which one it was, but I heard Atlas, and
yes.
I became obsessed.
From out of a trailer park in Denver.
Mm-hmm. Colorado, for those of you that don't know.
A lot of rocks.
Yes. And then all things Atlas just got stuck in my head. I fell in love with a Volkswagen Atlas when we were in Illinois.
Yeah, Volkswagen Atlas.
And, you know, I just follow him on TikTok, downloaded all of his music in iTunes.
Damn.
Yeah, I have a lot of his, any of it that is available on iTunes, I put it on there. And I made JR listen to some of them. We were scrolling through, where'd you find it? TikTok or Facebook, Instagram?
It was crazy. It was going across Facebook at that point, which was odd.
Because you don't use Facebook a lot.
Right. I scrolled through and his image was up, so I clicked on it, and it took me to some site that I thought was bogus at first, because that shit did look bogus. I do need y'all to work on that.
Yeah.
But, so I click over it, and then I go back to Ticketmaster because I want to try to see if the event is a real event.
Right.
Ticketmaster had nothing
It had nothing for him.
So I Googled it. I put this, what I had to do, I had to go Atlas Singer Concerts. And then that was the only one that popped up in my search field in the first 12 places. Anything below 12, I'm not looking. So
right. And I think at this point he didn't have the other stuff really scheduled. And I also think that it kind of pinpointed your location. So it showed up that Atlas was going to be in Columbus, Ohio, my bad.
Columbus, OSU, OSU.
At the A&R Music Bar.
A&R.
Yep. So first I want to talk about the overall experience. We did decide to stay in downtown Huntington at the...
She meant in downtown Columbus. I don't know what her obsession is.
I don't know where I'm getting Huntington at.
Listen, downtown Huntington is for the Comic-Con that we go to.
I know. I'm trying to convince you to go there. So we decided to stay in downtown Columbus at, what was it? What did we even stay in? It was that awful that I can't even remember.
It was like it was a Marriott hotel. That's a Courtyard.
Oh, the Courtyard by Marriott. It was awful. I'm sorry. But the only reason why we decided to stay at the Courtyard by Marriott is because the freaking Hilton.
The Regency
the Hilton went from $150 a night on the, checking in Friday, checking out Saturday, went from $150 to over $200. Quit.
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all. He likes to scratch his beard in the microphone and it gets on my nerves.
Oh, my bad.
And I wasn't paying that much for an overnight trip. I'll spend $50 at the Red Roof Inn. That's an hour away. I'm cheap. But we had some cash that converted over from hotels.com into One Key or whatever it was. And we ended up staying at the Courtyard by Marriott. And what we experienced in our room was not great.
Right, not great at all. My room had steps in it.
Yeah, like why are you going to have steps in it? Especially downtown. Like, most of your people are coming in, they gonna go to a bar or something. They're gonna have fun.
They need elevators right there.
I don't even care about the elevator, but in your bedroom, why are you going to go up two stairs to your bed and your bathroom's downstairs? What if I get up in the middle of the night and I sleepwalk?
Right, you might die.
What if I decided I wanted to drink when we went to the bar and I got up in the middle of the night and went to go use the bathroom? I'm clumsy.
I'm going to
break my knee again.
You're going to break your knee and ankles at the same time.
Right. And I'm already injured, so...
So you might not even have a knee left when it's over with.
Right. And they had no parking. It was...
$35.
Valet parking only. And that wasn't advertised in hotels.com or on their website. Because I looked at that. Because I'm like, I wonder how much parking is. Because I figured I would have to pay something.
Right.
Because we're in downtown Columbus. So I knew we were going to have to pay something. But to tell me I have to do valet parking?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. And then, to top it all off, excuse my language, but the motherfucker messed with my seat. What the fuck do you need to lay back in somebody else's seat? Like, I understand if you don't want to sit straight up like I do, but there ain't no damn way that you should have pushed my seat back the way it was.
Yeah, definitely adjusted back to the way that it was previously.
Like, just don't adjust it that much. Like I said, you know how straight I sit.
Right.
So I can understand moving it back a little. But the dude moved my seat like he was laying back and just chilling.
Driving
like he was just cruising in the whip.
In the 2023.
Yeah, he's like, ooh, I got this brand new car. Let me just see what's going on. That made me mad.
Mitsubishi Outlander.
Yes. Not sponsored yet. And we debated because we didn't know if we were going to walk to the concert, if we were going to Uber to the concert, or what we were going to do. Because that's what we were going to do initially.
Right.
We were either going to walk or Uber. So I'm just like, well, let's walk over, and then we can Uber back if we want to. Well, dummy me, forgot my clothes out in the car. So JR had to go get them, and when he came back, he goes, we're not walking.
Right. I spun the block in the car, and then when I came back, I was like, nah. And then let me say something real quick. So we had to differentiate what we were going to do with the car to the Lyft. So I want to talk about Lyft and Uber real quick. I understand that when someone plans something, you're going to charge a little extra, but my rates doubled when I planned something than me going outside and standing out there. And if I wait for one of your drive and save features from either company, I'll save $3, but the uncertainty that is that it could be a cancellation from the driver. So I'm like, whoa, I don't want that in my life. So I just closed both the maps out, and we just hopped in the car and paid parking.
Right. And because that was my worry. One, we knew we weren't walking. I wouldn't have been able to at the end of the event anyways. So I expressed, well, okay, so it's $8 for a 2-minute car ride. Or maybe it was 4-minute car ride. Which would have been fine. Because, whatever, we don't have to drive. If I decided I wanted to drink, I could have. Which we haven't drank anything in, 5 years now almost?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
4.5, 5 years.
Something like that.
And, so it would have hit me hard. So I wasn't going to be able to walk home or drive home. And I'm the type of person where I have very strong anxiety when somebody else is driving me in my vehicle. I mean, I have anxiety when anybody's driving me, but it's even worse when it's in my vehicle.
Right. Because you've had trauma and stuff, and you've had
Yeah.
car accidents.
Right. So, we're talking. I was like, okay, $8 isn't bad. I said, but what do you think our rate's going to be at 11 o'clock at night when we decide to leave?
The surge rate, the thing will probably be like $21 to get back.
Right. Because there was a ball game, there was the A&R Music Bar, the
Kimba
Live, something was going on there.
We was right there beside where they play hockey at.
There's something going on in, was it the basement?
The basement?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
There's
something at
all
their
kinds
Civic
of
Center.
stuff going there. So finally, you made the decision, let's just drive. There's a parking garage really close, fine and dandy.
$8.
It was only $8. So that was the better decision. We had to park all the way up on the 4th floor.
Definitely on the 4th floor.
And we had to walk. We didn't have to, but we thought we had to walk down the stairs. So here I am on a broken knee, hobbling down 4 flights of stairs. I mean, it's healed by now, but it's still halfway broken.
Right.
And you're on a broken foot, coming down 4 flights of stairs.
I moved slow.
I moved really slow.
You were moving safely.
I was moving safely. And so we come out, we're like right or left. So we take a right. Next thing you know, we come on the corner of the building, and there's them daggone elevators.
Those damn elevators were in the far, far left area.
We were halfway in between. If we went right, because those were the stairs, and if we would have just looked left, it would have been that same distance to get to the elevator.
Right. It would have been easy on us.
Right. But it was okay. You know, we needed that exercise coming down the steps. And excuse me.
Yeah, so I'll take it real quick. So we're walking through this area. We see there's a nice little apartments. They're called the Flats too. The Huntington Park where they're playing baseball. I forgot there was a baseball game too.
That's where I'm getting Huntington from.
Yeah, Huntington Park's right there. So they had a baseball game going on at the same time. We had our event that hadn't even started. Kimba Live was doing something over here. I don't know what they were doing, but it was loud. And then there was another show that was going on in the basement, wherever that was at. So we're waiting in line, usual line, and just you wait in. The camera guy was real nice. He was very punctual, and that's one thing I want to say about the videographer for this event. He always asked if you wanted to be in it. If you didn't, he didn't say like necessarily get out the shot, but he gave you warning to take care of yourself, or anybody that has any imagery, sensory things. You know,
I don't like being on camera unless it's my opinion.
Right. So they were very nice there. They were offering wristbands for people that wanted alcohol outside the
There's
thing.
just safety inside too. It's hard to hear and everything, so your bartenders know if you don't have a blue wristband on, you're not getting alcohol.
Right. So we get inside, and the first thing we do, we mosey around. We look around at the acoustics and everything. You know, you can't really judge anything because it's a nice, cool atmosphere right then and there.
3 tables.
3 tables, so you didn't have nowhere to sit. And then everybody knows when I go somewhere what my main cause is, and that's to get something to eat and something to drink. So we go over to this marvelous little hole in the wall, literally. Drinks are about $4.50, which I don't care about the price when I'm at an event like that because I want to pay an exuberant amount for what I want.
I don't mind the price either. I was a little upset that I couldn't keep my lid. You're the type of person where you're going to drink your soda.
Right.
You're going to drink it, and you're going to drink it fast. I could have made that thing last all night, but I didn't want to carry it around.
Right, because you might spill it on somebody.
Exactly. I'm clumsy.
So I get a nice slice of pizza, and that pizza was really good, basil and different things. It was real huge, but it was thin, and it wasn't like a thin. I mean, it was hand tossed, but that thin crust was just amazing, and it was a quick bite. I actually ate the crust first because it had a whole different flavor to that thing.
It kind of smelled like it had a little bit of garlic flavor on it.
Yeah, it had some kind of garlic rosemary type deal going on, so it was an amazing slice of pizza. I'll give them a shout out in the show notes later because I got they're on my something. Mine, I got a text message from them or something.
Okay.
So we go outside. The outside atmosphere, you're able to see Kimba Live, and it's a nice place to go outside before things go on because it gets a little stuffy in there with the people moving around and the first bit of alcohol sale, that you got to get that migration going. So then people are somewhere being stationary, and before that happens, or if it doesn't happen in a timely manner, you got too many people inside.
Right.
So merchandise is being sold. So we slide over, get some merchandise prior to going outside. I'm sorry, I messed that little part up.
It's all right.
So we go over there. She gets her respective T-shirt. I get my respective T-shirt. I see a neon blue hat that I really was eyeing.
And we had no idea who that person was at the time. And are like, oh, who is that? I was like, I don't know who that is. Like, we came for Atlas because he was advertised. And like you said, you were going to get the blue hat. You wanted it. I was like, well, that's not Atlas's. And you're just like, oh, okay. So we did end up with 2 T-shirts. And when we went outside, we thought that he was playing already. And we come in, and it's this dude up there on the stage singing and whipping his hair around, and I'm like, oh. And
okay. First, right off, the sound that you hear is like a 80s synth type sound, and anybody that knows anything about music from the 80s, it's got it's like a techno beat.
Yeah.
And but then it gets a little outrageous. And
I really enjoyed the first song.
Yeah, it was called Victim of the Night.
Was it? Okay. I really enjoyed the first song. I will say that venue was very difficult to hear the vocals.
Correct. The music was turned way too loud.
Right. And I think that they should have spent just a little more time sound checking. And this is nothing on the artists. This is on their sound group. I don't know if he was part of their thing or if he was part of the A&R Music Bar, but I think that just a little adjustment, turning down the sound of the music and the guitar and the drums, just turning that down a little bit and maybe increasing the volume of the vocals
right on
would
the
have
microphone,
made a huge difference. Because I was having a hard time hearing. And so this guy's name was Starletta, or was it Starletto?
And that's with an A instead of an O.
Starletta.
Yeah, Starletta. Because a lot of people think of Starletto like from some kind of... It's some mafia movie that Starletto's from or something. Or it might be something from DC Comics.
Okay. But what I could hear, I knew that I enjoyed it. And I'm definitely... As soon as we got back to... Actually, I think...
You hit the Shazam on him early.
I did. I hit the Shazam on him on that first song, and it popped right up. And I was like, oh, this is who that is. That's who that other merchandise stuff is over there. And JR's like, oh, okay. And it was a little later in, you pulled him up on Instagram.
Right.
And you hit that follow button right away. As soon as we got back home today, I pulled him up and I followed the Instagram. He is the guitar player for Atlas.
And you didn't know this until...
I didn't know this. Obviously, I'm not... I don't know.
Yeah, and as of July 28th, he did put out his first LP. Mm-hmm. Or no, it may not have been his first LP, but whatever his new album is.
I think he said it was his first one.
Yeah, because he had done a bunch of EPs and stuff like that, so he was ready for the big time. So our event starts at 7:30. And this
doors opened at
7:30. So it's been a while since I've been to the club.
He started at 8.
He started at 8, ran his set all the way till 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then that's when I said, when we seen the time of a 9 o'clock hour, I was like, Atlas is going to come out now. An amazing thing Stacey's going to tell us while we're listening to Starletta. What happened, Stacey? What do you see?
With what part exactly?
Who did you see pop their head out a few times?
Oh, yeah, he kept popping his head out, like checking out what's going on. Atlas. He was in the back close to the door talking to people. I don't know if there were people that worked there or if he was just talking to fans. He seems like a very humble and genuine person.
Right. And
when you see and experience those things, it makes you appreciate the artist that much more.
Yes, it does.
And another thing that we learned last night was he's independent.
100%.
And that's not politics.
He's on the independent music scene.
Yeah, they basically has done everything for himself.
Right.
With the help of fans. He's not signed to a music label. He doesn't have to answer to anyone, basically. He'll do whatever the heck he wants.
And I can appreciate that. Now, let's get down to the music here. He starts off with a banger in his set. What was the song he started off with, Stacey? Listen, we have a bad memory, so excuse us. So he goes through a bunch of songs, and I'm going to speed up a little bit because he did a cover. He talked about where he was from.
Oh, we're not getting there yet.
Oh, all right. Well, then go
So we got to talk about the other ones. So Better, I like that one. I really enjoy that one. He did
a new cut.
Yeah, he said his favorite song to write, and everybody thought it was the one, but it wasn't. It was the one that I really enjoy. I like that one. I think it's my favorite. It's called I Wish I Had Cheated.
Yes.
And when I said that one time, and you looked at me real sharp and like, what?
Right.
It's like, say that again. Look at me and say that again. Right. I said, no, it's a song by Atlas. And then I made you listen to it like 10 times.
Right. And I actually was singing that song.
Mm-hmm. You was.
Yeah, I know the words. I listen to it here and there. I'm not going to say that I'm not a fan, but it was real catchy. And he kind of made me go over to TikTok a little bit because you could see his videos over there displayed better than on Instagram.
Yep.
His power with that and the way that he does his reels make him, very incredible to me. So, like, the music is flowing good. He's putting on a show for you.
Sorry about the background noise. My dog's going crazy.
Right, because we're in the room doing a podcast.
Hopefully it'll be edited out, and you'll just have
probably
this blank apology.
No, probably, I like that. No, I like that. I'm going to keep that in there.
So, next thing you know, he is talking, like you said, he's talking about his hometown. Go ahead.
Right, and then he goes into an amazing cover from the Fray.
Yes, and at that point, you knew which one it was.
Right, because that song is originally from Scrubs, but people related to Grey's Anatomy.
Yes, and my heart, like, I put it on my Snapchat, and I'm like, my Grey's Anatomy heart is screaming right now, because all I can think about is all of the, like, the good and bad things that happen with that song. And I feel like he didn't associate it that way.
Right.
But at the same time, that was perfect. That was a perfect song to draw in any Grey's Anatomy fans.
Yes.
In my opinion.
And then after that, he goes through a few more songs, and then he starts telling a little bit more about his life. And in between there's a bunch of different anecdotes and antics. One thing that's amazing about him is he is very polite. He will pick your phone up, and however you're recording him, he doesn't matter. He doesn't care if it's TikTok, live, if any type of live function. He doesn't care, because most artists are bougie about that. They will throw your phone down and break it, and he hands it back to the person that he grabbed the phone from. Took pictures. He was very punctual, very polite. Yep. He was just like a cousin. That's the atmosphere I felt. He felt like a cousin that sleeps on your couch, and he gives you $100 here and there. He might, but he cuts the grass, so you don't mind.
Because by doing it independent, he understands that is the people like us, and not you and I specifically, but the people that are out there supporting his music, this and that. They're the reason he is where he is at. And he comprehends that. He understands it. And he even said so. He goes, I know that I am here because of you all.
Yes.
And I like that he knows his fan, because there was one guy from
Virginia.
Nebraska.
Yeah, Nebraska.
He said he came somewhere from Nebraska to see him, and then he drove all the way to Columbus, Ohio, to see him perform that night. And he was there front and stage, and he interacted that way. And then also the guy from Virginia, a small town in Virginia, he let him come up there and sing with him.
Right.
And then topic of discussion, I guess. Difference of opinions, however you want to state it. There were some young kids in there.
Yes.
At least 2. And they were standing in front of us. Your parents decide to bring you in here. That's fine. That's their choice. Whatever. I don't care. But these 3 kids, 2 of them, were just a little much.
Rambunctious, jumping around and...
Yeah. I get wanting to have fun, enjoying yourself.
But doing an open space.
But there was no open space, and that was the problem. Because, everybody deserves to have fun. But you have to be conscious of your surroundings.
Right.
Because there was 3 times where those kids about ran over us. And the one guy that was up and beside of us at one point got real uncomfortable because the little girl jumped on the brother's back and the brother was bouncing him around, and he kept, like, her bottom kept bumping up against his arm.
Right.
And, like, he got real uncomfortable, and after the second time it happened, he took his lady and switched sides with her. And because he's just like, I can't have this on my
right. He can't have that on it. He can't have it.
Catching no charges for some kid being disrespectful.
And the great thing is he didn't even want it on his conscience. That's the best way to say that.
Right. And I feel like he handled it properly.
Yes, he did.
Because there was no, he wasn't rude. He wasn't like, hey, you can't have fun type thing. And that was very considerate. After Starletta did his set, they went over and bought these daggone blue cowboy hats and put them on, which was fine. But at the same time, that boy was just a little too tall. That was in front of me.
Once he had the hat on, he was as tall as me.
Every time I would move to where I could see, because, he wanted to buy the hat. He's young. I don't care. That's not the part that bothered me. But every time I would move, he would move and get right in my way. Like, I can't see around you. I can't see you. You're not invisible.
Right.
And the one time, they were coming back a little bit too far, so I put my hand up, and he ran into my hand, and he looked around, and he just kind of looked at me for a second, and then turned around, and I never had a problem with that.
Right.
We did encounter a pervert. And that's the nicest way I can put it. Because this dude was nasty.
He was turning his flash on and showing the private areas of women.
Yeah. And I'm not going to say that she deserved it because of what she wore, but she did have some very short shorts on.
And she had the yams coming out of them.
And she did. She had a thick bottom.
Yams.
She didn't have the flat booty. Of course, he was on Facebook Live posting all of this stuff. And
Facebook eventually shut him down, though.
No, they didn't.
They did. I thought he kept getting messages, some kind of white message.
He was messaging different people.
Oh, he was trying to get him up in there.
Yeah, he was on Snapchat, Facebook. He was in Messenger. He was texting people.
He was trying to get him involved in what he was doing.
Right. And, of course, he's right here in my line of sight, so I saw everything that was going on.
And then he took his shirt off later on.
Yeah, and so every time somebody turned their flash on, because it was a bright light, it makes you want to look over. And he was shoving his shirt down his girlfriend, or his lady's front, and showing her titties. And whatever, because that's his girlfriend. Or female, or F-buddy, or whatever she is. But all I know is he kept trying to pick her up, and he couldn't get her lifted up, because she kept shooing him away. She's like, you ain't gonna do that. I'm too heavy. You know how girls are.
Right, she didn't want to get fucked up in there.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that she was heavy, but, that's a girl's reaction. Oh, don't pick me up.
Yeah, let me stay on the ground.
Yeah, type thing, flirty type thing. But next thing you know, he still had that flash on, and he was zooming in on the girl's butt cheeks.
Going wild.
And I'm just like, damn.
Like, calm yourself down.
Right. Is your lady not doing it enough for you? You gotta get somebody else's yams?
Yeah, straight to the yams. Sweet yams.
Yeah.
Show me the way.
You got bills to pay.
Because I got bills to pay.
Yep. But other than that, those two little things, it was a nice environment. Everybody was calm, cool, and relaxed. You had your people getting drunk, and they were having a good time.
Too.
Yeah, we won't even get into that. Atlas had a good time.
Yeah,
that's all I'm gonna say. He had a good time.
Whatever happens in the bar stays in the bar.
Right. What happens in Columbus stays in Columbus.
So let's get to this real quick.
It was nice. It was a little quiet. I mean, it wasn't really that quiet, but it was a little quaint area.
Right.
A bar scene. You had your alcohol. You had your food. They could get a few more tables in there, which would be nice. It was cool. It wasn't overly hot. It wasn't heated. They kept their air conditioner low, which I loved.
Just right.
And Atlas was amazing, I thought.
So let's go into the finale of Atlas. Tell him how that goes. Tell him the name of this song that has skyrocketed him to the top. Give us your experience on that, because this was my joy, to get her experience when this song came on. One thing I want to throw in here. For some of this event, I did take time and I actually counted how many minutes. I took 10 minutes fully of this whole event outside of what we were doing that night to just have a video record of it for us later on.
Right. And that's what I enjoyed. I think I brought that up to you. Because as soon as Starletta was getting ready to come off stage, here you are trying to pull out your business card. And I'm like, can we just enjoy our date night and not make it a business venture,
and not give me a Starletta for the podcast.
Right. And because, I don't know, I just wanted it to be about us for the moment.
Right.
And I really appreciate you doing that.
It hurt me.
I know.
And then to get hurt today by something else, it was like two. One more blow would be like me losing a match of Street Fighter today.
I know. But you have maybe a small, but no idea how much that meant to me, that you put your business card back in your wallet, put your wallet back in your pocket, and you let us enjoy the moment.
Right.
And neither one of us had our phone out a whole lot.
Right.
We weren't these people that were sitting there on their phones the entire time,
giving away a show.
Exactly.
Because my whole thought was going in there, I was like, I do want a little video for sentimental value in the store.
Right.
And I was like, 10 minutes is enough for an hour and 30-minute set that he put out there.
Right. And being an independent artist, you need to draw people in. So yes, I agree. You have those small draw me in moments, record those little things, but don't sit there and live record that whole thing, because you're taking away his value.
Right.
He is earning no money off of you live streaming to 1,000 people.
Right. But the cool thing you can do that we did was tag him in it, place him in places on small portions, like 10, 30 seconds, nothing crazy.
Right. Because what was mine? It was under around a minute, maybe,
yeah,
or under something like that.
But now somebody that hasn't listened to him is going to go across whatever streaming media.
Yeah. 700 people viewed that in less than an hour.
Organic growth for him.
On my TikTok, that might have never heard him before, and they heard that little snippet, so maybe they'll go find him. Right. Hopefully. And those are the things that you can do for independent artists.
Right.
Be their promotion, be their supporters. Whether, if you didn't buy anything from the merch table, share their content. Share everything with everybody. It's like, oh, okay, I think my cousin Jenny down the road would enjoy this music. Let me send him her way. Right. Like, hey, he's coming. He's going to be in Michigan today, I think, doing stuff. They're probably going to be busy. Right. And I hope that he comes back to the area.
Yeah, no doubt in that. So the finale, Stacey, tell us the song, and let's dive into it, because this is what everybody's been waiting for. Ooh,
yes.
Yeah.
So his song, that is everybody's, I'm not going to say everybody's favorite, because it's not. What made him popular is, you're a fucking bitch, I hope you know that shit.
You should never trust a hoe. Had to learn that quick. Mm-hmm. How many others are you sleeping with?
I ain't gonna sing it.
Well,
I mean, I'm gonna save that for him, because I sound like trash ass.
I can't sing, but I just like to.
But I don't know why I enjoyed that song so much. I started singing it, and you would hear it, and you're like, "What you call me?" I said, "It's a song." I said, "You're a fucking bitch."
Hope you know that shit.
Right. So at first you were kind of like, okay. But then I got you pulled in.
Right. And it was catchy. And then what to me really sparked it off and put it into the stratosphere is when people started remixing it or adding their TikTok blew that song up. People started adding it in, and two lucky artists got put on the official remix. Mm-hmm. And those two artists, I think the remix is what really catapulted it.
Yes, the remix is where it did, yeah. What is the other guy's name?
One was like Rashad with 3 V's.
think
And what's the other guy's
two.
name? Because look, the other guy looked like the dude from Good Burger with the blonde hair.
I'm going to butcher his name, but it looks like Fix, Phix.
Yeah, we'll go with that Fix.
Fix, something like that.
Because Fix had a techno type deal to him.
Yeah, and then the other one was RVSHVD.
Right, we'll just call that Rashad.
Yeah,
We ain't gonna do
and
no
I enjoy
extra.
his stuff too.
Yeah,
Like after
he's
he did the thing with Atlas, I started following him as well.
yeah, he's like a country artist,
Yeah.
not in the veins of Cowboy Troy, because Cowboy Troy was a disgrace. And I will say that. Big and rich like y'all, but Cowboy, nah. Now, this song, I'm talking about everybody's jamming to it. I'm
Yeah.
singing it, I'm jumping around, I let you run around me. I'm happy for this song.
Yeah.
And he runs it back one more time. Like he said, he brought the guy on stage with him. And after he's done with the song, I'm talking about they do it heavy. They do that chorus a few more times.
Yeah.
We're pumping hype. And then he just rolls off and he does a happy birthday.
He did that before. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
before it was the girl's birthday the next day.
Yeah, so he did a happy birthday for
So
her.
today.
Sorry about that. I'm bringing up stuff that's in different times. But at the end of the show, he's just very vocal and very nice.
He is.
And I like, being an independent artist, having enough. Like, he took he took some of his hits and a few unknowns and put
To
them
us.
to us. He put some songs out here. He made you move and groove, and just like the cover he did, I thought he was going to do a cover of Sweet Home Alabama or something, or something for the rock people. I thought he was going to do like some type of Metallica Enter the Sandman, because he had a guitarist and a drummer, so he could have done the the Sandman song.
Okay.
That would have been crazy, because he was going for a rock
But he
vibe,
picked the right song
and then he did Southern Comfort, and
to me.
yeah,
He did play that one.
so the amazing thing is we jetted out of there. Skirt, skirt, skirt.
We did. By that time I was done on my feet. I work at a desk all day, so I'm not on my feet. I was
Helping me out in my job.
Yeah, it was a struggle. That morning we worked
Right.
8 hours, and then we drove for 3 hours, and then we went to the concert.
And we stood for like 4 hours.
Yeah, and I was done. I was exhausted. I was like, "Let's go." I said, "I think I'm ready." You're like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "If you're ready," and you're like, "Okay."
And I want to give a big shout out to Sheets for being around the area, because it was late at night. And you have to, in big cities like that, you got to decide, are you going to go to Sheets or you going to go to Wendy's? You might get robbed at Wendy's.
All right. So you dropped me off at the hotel and head on off to Sheets.
And got what I wanted. We got what we desired, and we went to sleep.
Yeah. I think I was passing out. Like, I was so exhausted from the day by the time you got there. Like, if you wouldn't have texted me and asked for the room number, I probably would have went to bed.
Oh, snap. So, yeah, because I forgot. I don't know. Something had happened to me. Maybe something was in the air. I started getting this weird euphoria. And I think, like, I forgot the room. I went to the third floor.
Yeah. Did you go to the third floor?
Yeah, then I had to hit 2 and come back down after you answered me back. So I was like, okay.
And then after I told you the number, I look out the peephole and you were traveling down the hallway. I was like, where are you going?
Yeah, I didn't even pay attention. I was just gone. So I don't know. Maybe some gas fumes got on me or something. I was weird.
We were tired. We're never up that late. Like,
And if we are up that late, I've taken a nap during the day.
Right. We are usually up at between 5:30 and 6 o'clock. And we're in bed by 9 or 10. So this 11, 12 o'clock time was killer on us.
All right. Unless I'm into a video game, somehow I'll get the real good energy on a Friday night.
Well, that's a different type of
energy. Yes.
Yeah.
Not that outside energy.
Yeah.
We're not in the clubs anymore.
Right. So we want to take the time and thank everybody for listening. Make sure that you are following us anywhere that we have created. We are part of WV Uncommonplace. Currently, you are listening to us under Sparrows Under Review. If you like what we had to say, leave us a message. We do have the What Did You Like About This Episode incorporated within Spotify.
Yes, we do.
So if you feel like answering that or giving us some feedback, we would be more than happy to hear it. I do check those whenever I get the notification. And then don't forget to go follow Atlas and Starletta. At least give them a try.
Yeah,
if they're not your cup of tea, maybe there's someone you know, and you can help them get out there. Like we said, they're an independent group. He is working on creating a better life for himself, and he cares about the people.
Yes, he does.
Yep.
Nothing else there. I'm JR.
And I'm Stacey.
And we're Sparrows Under Review.